9 to 5 got you down is working tirelessly, doing tasks for your job that when you think about it are pointlessly bizarre, useless, and simultaneously underappreciated? Do you want to control the pace of your day? Live by the tick of your very own clock? Margaritaville Fossil Island has what you need. Our museum's own private island is the getaway you've been looking for. Relax by the beach with our famous rock crabs. Commune with nature and join one of our iconic bird runs. Track down Herbivore. I think he's hiding here somewhere. Take a dip underwater. All this and more await you. Join our museum and get kicked off with our cocktail drinking lead curator before you set sail on the Margaritaville at sea towards a new undiscovered land. We're about to roll for a new wiki task with the sand in our toes. Let's enjoy it.
I'm making a new character on RuneScape, but not allowing myself access to the wiki or any informative plugins. The only wiki pages I can view will be 5 random ones. I will then have to encounter them in-game before I can generate a new one. And unlock the wiki one page at a time. I'm Scramp, and this is RuneScape, WikiLocked.
We just need to get 2 precious kudos to get to Fossil Island, and we got the easiest job to do it. The Shield of Arav quest. We'll be stealing for the museum, though this time it'll be a re-stealing of something that was stolen from the museum instead of a wide-scale institutional theft. The Shield of Arav has gone into the hands of the Phoenix Gang, who hide under the corporation Vitam, but the only corporation thing about them seems to be the unpronounceable name, the gold plaque at the door, and the hiding of crimes. Time to go undercover. Secrecy is the name of the game, and we're asked to take out Johnny the Beard without even a job offer. We know the guy. We hired him as a background extra in the last episode. Seemed like a sweet fella, but apparently he's a contact for the rival Black Arm Gang. No other information, but in this world you gotta know that contact is just another word for dead man. We take him out, pick up the notes. We're in. Left half of the shield acquired. The other half is in the hands of our rivals, so it's time to make a rendezvous with a friend in the rival clan. It's gotta be real secret. We can't risk a war bubbling over. I need to look for a contact in some hidden channels. Any Black Arm Gang
SOA bag,
SOA bag. Need help.
Nobody is Phoenix, right?
And the Black Arm. Anyone a member of the Black Arm Gang? Oh God. I decide while I have this not secretive channel open in one window, I'll keep chugging along on the mining grind, just slowly picking at that, and we'll get closer to the number 2 goal of Lovakite ore. We're in our mid-30s now for mining, and we can start to work at the Motherlode mine. It's a partly worker-owned and operated mine with a shop-to-own safety equipment straight out of a 1920s company town. Don't forget the safety of a retreat mining operation. This will be a slightly more AFK way to gain some mining levels and accumulate more ore. And maybe I'll get some pieces of mining equipment by then. But first we will need to buy some. We just have an iron pickaxe we found underground, and a higher tier pick would really speed up the grind. It's time for another heist. We're gonna go back to stealing plate bodies from the wilderness maze and wearing them home, like we're efficiently shoplifting from a target. This heist does not go as well. I'm not looking where I'm going in the wilderness, and... Oh, no, oh, shit. Oh! And then I get to the maze entrance and take some hits and realize I didn't bring a single item that would cut through the web. It's become another impassable gate. C tier. Still my fault I forgot to bring something. Plus a gate just being operated and controlled by spiders is pretty interesting. You know what? B tier. Attempt 2, we take some hits and get pretty hurt but make it to the pickup point. We start the operation, it's beginning to go smoothly until we switch worlds and... Oh God, there you are. Okay, go. No, faster. No, okay. Okay. No, okay, we're good. No, what the? He almost kills us through the gate. I almost dropped the bag as much as I did when I made this YouTube channel that is playing this recorder song. I made a YouTube channel of all, bad recorder music. In my freshman year of college, I was operating this out of my dorm room, and I still wasn't the bad roommate. I'm gonna say that. After publishing a bunch of these videos, I forgot my password, so now I'm locked out of it. So yeah, I almost fumbled it that bad. Also, why can't everyone else just clip through gates as long as it's in the purpose of killing me? Low D tier. So we just stand here for 20 minutes in the dangerous wilderness and just wait to gain health back to finish up the job. We bring our plate bodies back to sell, and then sell our own mithril plate body, we won't be needing it, for just under 40k. That is enough for us to buy both an adamant pickaxe and a rune pickaxe. We toil away in the mines until we get level 40, right before being able to use the rune pickaxe. This whole time, the Shield of Arav channel is going off in a chat window behind me, and it's like they followed me here. You've messaged me some of the most hateful string of words put together since the inception of the internet. Anyone here a member of a criminal organization? Yeah, I won't be doing this quest. I'm gonna have to roll the quest cape page before I ever go back to this quest. I did meet some very nice people there, but that channel stresses me out. Let's go for a new quest instead. How about the observatory? That should be simple enough. We go back near Castle Wars, where we found the Zamorak prankster's diary, and meet with a scientist and his assistant with a sassy rapport, as if they're 3 seasons deep into a CBS sitcom. Every exchange of theirs can be broken down to, the observatory quest was filmed in front of a live studio audience. This observatory is wonderful, and I'm brilliant. No you aren't. Hey, can you just tell me what you need from me? I do agree that the professor is a bad boss, because working as a TaskRabbit for him, he asks for 1 item at a time. I travel out of the way 3 times separately, having to wait each time for the minigame teleport to recharge, to get him some planks, a bronze bar, and then a molten glass. All we need now to, I think, assemble a telescope, I haven't been paying attention to the details of this quest over the sound of their laugh track, is a lens mold, and the goblins have stolen it. We head into their 30-bedroom maze basement apartment next door and retrieve it. There's a super anti-poison spawn right outside, so we take a few of those, and we will need it because we get a warning about poisonous spiders that's probably just poorly written on a sticky note right out in front of the front door. It's pretty clear that the mold is being held in this gated kitchen. They're using it to make some goblin soup. I wake the guard up, struggle quite a bit, but eventually knock him down and go to enter, and immediately another one goes to take his shift and falls asleep right away. Violence is not the answer for this soup equation. For my next attempt, I trap the guard behind a wall, and then it turns out I need a key to get in. Well, I guess that's what all these chests are for. I go around to the back of the maze, opening every chest I can see, and they're pretty much all poisonous spiders. I fall for the goblin security system trick of a poisonous spider stuffed into a chest again and again, like Sideshow Bob walking into ranks. Well, we can be incredibly thankful that there was the super anti-poison spawn right by the entrance, and that the potion brewers of RuneScape are well ahead of us currently and have developed a universal poison antidote. The goblin security system would be even more effective in real life, as you'd have to have Wikipedia up in one hand trying to ID the spider that's hiding in the bottom of these chests to find the corresponding antidote. We get bit enough times that we should be resistant to spider venom at some point, going all the way back around to the entrance and finding the key right at the start. It's been there the whole time. With the key, we can grab our lens mold, which loses the incredibly honorable position of carrying the perpetual stew, and instead just helps some conceited professor look at the stars a bit better. We meet him up in the observatory and finally get to look at the sky, and that's an S, right? For Scorpio? Yeah, it's Scorpio. And with that, we have 100 kudos. Our ship is ready to set sail. We talk to the living embodiment of stock photo construction workers who are building a cruise ship, need some special redwood, so we go to Hesidius and make a deal through the woodcutting gate. That's an A-tier gate, because at least people will acknowledge you're a person and talk to you even though you can't pass. We find out the voyage has been incredibly cursed, a little bit like the Costa Classica, the original name of the Margaritaville at Sea ship, that crashed into another cruise ship, had 2 passengers disappear, then had another collision with a cargo ship, and then had a Valentine's Day cruise that went wrong and left them banned from Havana. The Margaritaville cruise definitely isn't the worst gimmicky restaurant chain turn mode of transportation. That'd be Hooter's Air. So the crew doesn't want to ride on the boat. They're too nervous they'll be banned from Havana, so we need to calm them down. Some pirates let us know we could ease their nerves with a drink, of course, a potion of sea legs, which sounds like a $25 novelty cocktail that I'll sell on a RuneScape-themed cruise, and a lucky charm. To grab the lucky charm, we go to the old man, who is only odd for RuneScape standards. Otherwise, a man who is being crushed under the weight of a giant moving bag of sentient bones would be a little bit more than odd. Unless I saw him on the subway train, that just feels par for the course. The potion of sea legs, the potion seller tells us, is just Marantil and vodka. So exactly what I thought it would be, a novelty cocktail. I think Marintil and vodka would probably be pretty similar to a Moscow Mule. So we pick up some Marintil from our Chaos Druid dealers, walk all the way to the Gnome Stronghold's liquor store to get some vodka, go back to the potion cellar, realize we're dealing with sailors here, and the recipe calls for 2 shots of vodka. We have to go back to get another bottle. Okay, and we're ready to set sail. I hope everyone enjoys the voyage. Oh, they all got knocked out? Our heavy pour knocked them out, and now we have to single-handedly drive there? Because the junior navigator doesn't know how to sail through the open seas? Which maybe I don't get the difficulty because that feels like navigating the world's biggest parking lot? Bring it on. We arrive on Fossil Island with the entire boat drunk the entire voyage, which I'm sure is pretty close to the real Margaritaville at Sea's experience. We arrive, and we are able to meet him. The reason we're here. The mycelium pool. I wish we could check our wiki page task off here. Our 3rd one of the series, but not just yet. What good would it be to merely perceive these pages, only ogling the world of RuneScape? I have to engage with at least one feature of the page, and in theory, I should do all I can. So we're gonna have to operate this bad boy. Yep, we're gonna operate him. I wish the Awakened Shroom was some sort of fungus Gundam. Which, okay, I'm sorry, there's something there. Fungi are already an intensely powerful interconnected network, so there's real science to it. Or it could just be a great band name. But no, it's just some sort of enlightened washing machine. We put in fossils and what I have to assume are fossilized minerals that sort of act as Tide Pods, and then it cleans the fossils. But even if we get just one fossil, it will take the same amount of time and materials as a full inventory, because it's a washing machine. So we'll need to get around 7 or 8 calcite and pyrophosphite pods, and just one fossil. We just have to run the machine. So hopefully the pods drop much quicker and we can run it. And then offer our new clean bones to the strange machine, which is like a primeval ectofunctus. For the drop information about the 3 items we need, all we can do is peer into the window of their wiki articles. And right before they close the shades on us, all it gives us is that the 3 are dropped by monsters. So that's our best path forward at the moment. And we have to start with the reason so many took this vacation, to relax and stomp some crabs. And no, this isn't like stomping crabs down at the Jimmy Buffett buffet in North Carolina. Well, maybe it's exactly the same. You just mindlessly pound down crabs until someone appears behind you and wants you to leave. Okay, yeah, it's exactly the same. It's nice to AFK train on these crabs at the moment. We just stomp them for 10 minutes and then run this little loop and run back and repeat. But initially they're not dropping anything we need. We just get something called Numu Light, which definitely isn't the all-in-one milk meal service this video is sponsored by. So let's explore a bit more. There's Irene, who is researching the fungal laundromat, and this laundromat is a family business because Irene's mom tried to drink the bathwater. Irene explains some science behind the tub, but doesn't let us know where we can get our precious minerals. We find another easy foe, hoop snakes, which we also stomp for quite some time, and they're not giving us great loot either. We explore more, discover the volcanic mine, which we don't have enough exclusive Margaritaville points to enter, I guess. Here's Birdhouse Valley. This mud guy's gonna kill me. These mushrooms are gonna kill me. I find a little cave dungeon and there are some level 61 ice spiders. I think that's our ticket. They're a bit higher level, so they could have a better loot table. Plus, the fossil bin is right here, which implies more fossils are about. I try to test one and they are tricky. I then look for a possible safe spot to make it easier and wander into the Wyvern Range and immediately get killed. Well, at least we didn't die last episode. Let's just get our relaxing grind on the beach going. Going into this, 30 attack, 30 strength, 20 defense. Let's pump some crab. After crunching about 100 crabs at the buffet, I realize I miss a fossil drop while I'm away from the computer. I then try to toggle it, which I thought would give me more info for some reason, but actually made it disappear. So we'll have to wait for our next one, but we know they drop it. We miss our first calcite and phosphite drop, about 250 crabs in, which, 1, is not the drop rate we were looking for. We've gotten 2 other fossils in this time. And 2, especially sucks to miss then. I get the next shortly after and remember to set an alert when these fossil Tide Pods drop. Just with these seafood restaurant crab crackers, we're past 40 strength, 40 attack, and 40 defense. We've gotten 2 more pods and around 600 crabs, so we're at 3 of 8 drops that we need. 600 fossil crabs is like 3 pet stores worth of hermit crabs we've destroyed. And I think maybe it's time for a rematch with these ice spiders. Maybe speed the things up. So we go to have a rematch and... Oh, no, we're not in the way. What? Huh? That, what? So we go to have a rematch and eventually I take them down and... no drop this time. So we get another and no drop again and one more and nothing? Do they not drop anything? Like, just because they're made of ice, they crack and break? It's not like there are any important fossils or historical discoveries made in the ice or anything. So I make a final desperate attempt to explore around the island. We find the house on the hill and I see some strange machines. I try to check out the boxes and it looks like they're vending machines that accept Numalite. And we collected quite a bit, even though I've stopped picking it up recently. And we put some in, and also nothing. Guess that one is jammed. There are more downstairs, so we try that out, and okay, a collection log spot for a note. That's not what we need, but it's something. And then we try more, and ow! Okay, when you reach into the vending machine, I guess there's a good chance there's the Gom Jabbar. I use all my prehistoric arcade tokens, and I get nothing else. Well, except getting stabbed again. They're really bringing something new to the death by vending machine conversation. I'm not having much luck elsewhere finding other enemies or possible calcite and pyrophosphite drops, but I stumble on a whole zone I haven't interacted with. Underwater. I'm not going in with the proper diving materials, but it's fine for now, as I'm thrust into a strange underwater level sequence. I love underwater level music, not a fan of underwater levels. I get the appeal of completely changing most things you know about a game with a different movement system and mechanics, but I think that deviation throws me off. Or also, in so many underwater games, you have a countdown timer to when you will drown. No matter what game it is, that countdown will stress me out. Even if it goes so slowly. If you saw a timer counting down to your suffocation in the corner of your vision every moment, you can't relax, even if some of the best music you've ever heard is playing. We explore this strange new world. I follow an arrow that I really hope isn't a plugin I still have enabled. I follow it through a maze, get to a clam, and get some sort of currency. Maybe I can buy my materials at this underwater store, and nope, they just carry fossils too. I find someone at camp that will buy fossils, but also not for any currency we will need, but more Numalite. So just another chance at the Gom Jabbar vending machine in the abandoned office park. This isn't some relaxing paradise they sent me to. This isn't what they advertised. An endless crab buffet vacation eventually doesn't become paradise. It becomes hell. This is a season of the White Lotus. We just kill more and more crabs, and now that I have that alarm that lets me know anytime there's a calcite drop, it actually just lets me know anytime anyone on this beach gets a calcite drop. So at least 2 out of the 3 times, it's a false alarm. Some people pop in and take your spot, which is all good with me, but one guy popped in just to stare at me? He's not fully AFK because he's been here for at least 2 crab trips. We get some more levels, just a bit more calcite, but mostly notifications for other people's calcite that they just leave on the ground most of the time, and we can't pick it up. We get some more levels, we keep crushing crabs, levels, crabs. Come on, dude, you can't ignore count and check. At least send him on his way. Oh, whoa, another one, it's Random Event City. We've killed over 1,000 ammonite crabs, and we're still at 5 total calcite and pyrophosphite drops. We need 2 more to get a 14.5% failure rate if we try to run the pool, and a 4.3 if we get 3 more for 8 total. And that could still fail. Would you get on a Hooters Air flight to Myrtle Beach that had a 14.5% chance of crashing? Even 4.3%? Is it worth taking that trip? It would be fun content if I killed 1,000+ crabs just to have to do it all over again, but I'd lose it. So let's be safe and fill up with extra fuel for our Hooters Air flight to our next task. The stomping continues, but my luck begins to change. More often than not, the notifications for calcite drops are my own. We get more levels and we finally get there. 9 calcite and pyrophosphite. We started with base 30 melee combat stats, combat level like 34, I think, and now we're at 59 attack, 60 strength, and 50 defense. Take that, Waterfall Quest. Our total crab count only ends up being 1,258 crabs, which you'd think would be enough to get you on the crab wall of fame, but knowing how much time people spend here in the game, that's not even close. It's time to do some fossil laundry. We load up our bones, put in the extra detergent, and our fungi friend does their magic. All we have to do is poke them after they pop up. Bones are ready. We open the gate and get our enriched bones that look similar to the druid-style soda marinated meat, so we know they're magical. We offer them in the abandoned office park to the strange machine, and we rack up the prayer levels. Maybe all that effort was worth it. Well, I mean, it definitely was worth it because we finished our 3rd page. The Mycelium Pool is a public fungal laundromat on Fossil Island, where you can clean up some of the sloppy crab bones you've found in the beachside rock crab buffet. The materials are tricky to come by. Our research so far has found the most consistent and AFK way to get them is to zone out with some rock crabs as long as you set up an alert. Just like other buffets and laundromats, this is an incredibly spiritual place. Your clean bones will elate the gods if you stick them in this strange recycling machine next to the violent vending machines. Well, it's time to roll a new Wikipedia page. So long, Mycelium Pool, and hello, fun weapons. Okay, well maybe it's me just being a pacifist, but I think no weapons are fun. Well, lightsabers don't count. I mean, just swords in general are pretty cool. And like trebuchets are obviously fun. The main definition of a fun weapon is if they have a negative attack bonus and are used for fun. I think we're again rewarded with an easy page because we only need to get one of these gimmick weapons. And since most of these are event weapons, Diango and Draenor Village should have at least one of them we can pick up. And he does have the Cursed Goblin Hammer. So let's go and see if this Cursed Goblin Hammer can crack open some crab meat back at the Fossil Island buffet. Ooh, not hidden yet. Ooh. Okay, maybe. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Ooh, maybe not. This is fun. This is great. I'm having the time of my life. Ooh, look at Mr. Whip over there. Are you having fun over there? I'm having fun. I feel like nothing is better represented how I feel in this game compared to everyone else than this. But boy, are we having fun. And I'd say that would complete this task as well. Fun weapons are silly weapons that do no damage. This is a radically correct statement from Jagex that the only fun weapons are those that can truly do no harm to one another, that cannot steal lives away at the whim of one rash, violent individual or entity. Also, trebuchets are fun. Let's go! That's 2 pages completed! We've doubled our completed pages to 4. There are currently 31,276 pages on the OSRS wiki. We're at 4! That's 0.01% completed. Maybe we can get another freebie. Keep the ball rolling up the hill, and we get honor points. Great, first kudos and now honor points, which we can get from Barbarian Assault? Well, let's just finish up our mining grind next time and see what's in store after that. On the next episode of WikiLocked, well, the Shield of Arav chat was pretty overwhelming, but Barbarian Assault is probably pretty friendly. Hey guys, I'm not allowed to look up how to play, but I got my new best in slot hammer. I think I'm ready to throw down. Boo. Anyone here remember the Black Arm Gang? Thanks for watching. This episode is sponsored by Numu Light, the only ultra milk meal replacement service. Just one sip of these dense, powerful, nutrient-rich milks should satiate you for a few days. I'm so busy with work and then making videos at night that I don't even know what I do without Numu Light. And I barely feel the side effects at all. It even comes in cookies and cream. Use code SCRAM for 50% off your first order of 1,000 bottles. And if the FDA comes, don't tell them anything. You don't have to talk to the FDA. And don't tell them I told you about this. Well, that's who could have sponsored the video if it wasn't for my Patreon. Come on by the Lumbridge Community Pool. We actually do provide swim equipment, unlike the Fossil Island Margaritaville. Thank you so much to all my patrons. Thank you, Doomcat. Thank you, Galaxy Dork. Thank you, Maximus. Thank you, Ninja00283. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Bearche. Thank you, Murgatroyd99. Thank you, Chuck Quizmo. Thank you, Jillybean. And thank you, Ava. And so come on by, we're open year-round. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.